Alright, folks, we are back with more Guilty Gear Strive with our final character, feels good to say, in this process of trying to learn the entire roster to an extent, like a shallow sort of idea of what they do, what their thing is, you know, what their game plan is, what their win con is, what you can and can't interact with, what's real, what's fake, and if possible, what Pot specifically can interact with, and what's real and what's fake against him. Right? We've done everyone at this point, and the final, I mean, obviously we didn't do Potemkin, but like, you know, I get it. I do. It's fine. Potemkin is Potemkin. I don't need to learn anything about him. So, at least as far as, you know, the basics anyway. Queen Dizzy. This one is not going to be too long. I don't know. I mean, you can see down there how long the video is. But, I mean, this is one of the... So, a lot of these characters for me, I haven't played Strive since Season 1. I haven't fought a lot of them. That, even if they were out when I played, like if they, you know, like a Ram or something, they're very different now. They've been patched forever and ever. Dizzy came back when I came back into the game. What's going on, Ocean? Hello. And everyone watched the trailer. Everyone, you know, saw all her different moves, the explanation. Everyone's fought 100,000 Dizzies since she came out. I don't think it's going to be too much to talk about in terms of basics that I don't already know here. But we're going to go through it anyway and see. We're going to go through it anyway and see what we can do here. Nice to end off on... Oh, this is I like the red, the white, and the blonde hair. That's a very pretty skin right there. I'm a very big fan of that. And the black too. I mean, I'm always a fan of red and black. It's a great color combination, right? But yeah, let's see what we can learn about Dizzy here potentially. She's got no PlayStation skin, man. You got no PS5 skin? Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Cygames, aka Arxis, aka Miyazaki. I know when I'm not wanted. All right. Dizzy. Let's pull up her dust loop as always. So, her big thing is the frozen state, certainly, right? I guess we'll talk about it when it happens, but locks the opponent in place for 1 full second, like when they get knocked down, right? If frozen state's timer expires, a hit is dealt to them. Deals 0 damage and functions normally, applying hit stop, knockback, wall stick break, all this good stuff, yes. Yeah, you can like get the knockdown, then you get like stuck in the ground, you can combo off it, sure. Yeah, and also it's a restand as well. Putting the opponent in frozen state will restand them, giving Dizzy time to set up pressure with 214 PK or 22H. Can extend combos, confirm it to other options, 214 PK being the talked a lot, and I mean 2H, sure, whatever you say, man. Wings of Light, why not? Used to extend combos. Yeah, when you get hits on you get way better conversions, way better everything when you get a hit in the frozen state, right? Talk about it when the specials that are relevant come up, I suppose. Let's talk about normals first, as usual. For 5P, notably more minus than most of them, I think, -3, but sure. Whiffs on crouching characters except Potemkin and characters like him, Gold Lewis, Deadman, stuff like that. Combos to 6H on airborne opponents above waist height. Huh, sure. 5K seems relatively standard, relatively solid. Close slash, -1 on block. Oh, huh, I don't think I knew this. Yo, Brick, happy holidays. Hope you're doing epic. I'm doing great, Exalt. Thank you very much. Happy holidays indeed. I've been having a very great break so far. Hung out with some friends. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm having a great time. You guys got a minus on block? Okay, so I didn't know, right? I didn't know. That's already we've learned something. I didn't realize her close slash is -1 on block. Obviously, you can cancel into stuff, but like the close slash by itself being minus is definitely good to know. Far slash. Yeah, so this move is sort of this is the one move you have to be careful of as Potemkin. But this thing does, like, this is a very good move to break a lot of the armor nonsense. Slide head or hammer fall if you do anything too carelessly, right? You get hit with this and you die. So this is something to keep in mind, but sure. 5H. Mid-range poke with a lot of active frames on 2 ways Dizzy can access frozen state. So true. Was that? That's like, in terms of... Yeah, there you go. All 3 hits have to connect for it to happen? Yeah, okay. They probably like do some... I assume... Oh, yeah. Oh, the fact that all 3 hits have to happen. Kind of tough, right? You get the restand, the extension, the whole thing. Yeah, right there. So true. Bonk, bonk. Yeah, you have to, I guess... It'd be like, it's like close slash this. You can run up and like do it again. Ah, no. You can only freeze them once with the same move per combo? Or can you only freeze them once per combo, period, actually? Did I move the combos into that? Probably. 2D, maybe? If I go like this, and then I go like... Ah, no. Yeah, maybe I guess maybe you can only freeze them once per combo. I'll say hits low, sure. Has a big hitbox. 5D is a 5D. 2P is 2P, seemingly. 5 frames, sure. 2K seems pretty standard. How big is this thing? What's her little tail? Yeah, I mean, seems standard enough. 2S, Not a low, interestingly, but yeah, sure. This thing's kind of big, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, yeah. Kind of large with it. Not a low, but gets some extra range to make up for it. Sure. And 2H is like a launcher mostly, right? And I guess an anti-air too, but yeah. I feel like I've seen this mostly in combos and stuff like that. Notably minus 18 on blocks. If they ever get it blocked, you should send them straight to hell. Like minus 6 for pot especially. Minus 16 is the threshold where like he probably can punish literally everything, no matter what the spacing is, because he has his 5H, right? Is 16 frames, and it's gigantic. So if something is more than minus 16, pretty much probably no matter where they are, let's project a full screen projectile that's minus 16 somehow, which I don't think exists, then, you know, we can always just do this, right? So if like, no matter where Desi is, basically, if she has the folly to get to, recording standby, slot 1, there you go. If she ever has the folly to get this thing blocked, right, then we can send her to hell pretty much all the time, right? No matter where she is. Like, what do we get off like a regular 5H? Actually, I'm not entirely certain. We get slide head off counter hits. I don't think we get hammerfall off it, even if I'm holding the charge. Oh, we do. Okay. Yeah, always good to be holding them back on this potential guy, right? But we do get hammerfall off it, sure. And that's hard knockdown. That's party starter again. All right, so our 2D, sure. I think it's our 2D is pretty big, right? If I recall. Yeah. Nice ass 2D, certainly. Sure. Sets up her Oki. She can do a lot of her special moves and stuff off it. Decent 6P. 6H. She can hold this and a guard pressure becomes plus 12 on block, right? This I think is mostly fake. I mean, yeah, like you don't want to mash on this, right? You do want to mash on this. It's obviously it's very slow, but since the original one's also kind of slow, right? It's a 17 frame difference between them, so the difference is actually not that reactive, right? But like, you're not reacting to 17 frames. You're like seeing this come out, and then like there's a certain time it has to come out to, and if it goes at all longer, they're charging that shit, right? So, this is a bit of a weird move to fight, I think, because they can partially charge this, right? They kind of like, oh, can they not? Oh, they, huh? Can't really tell. It feels like no. It feels like you don't get a partially charged. Either like if you commit, she goes the whole way. So I mean that's good. Makes it a little bit easier to try and interrupt. JP, JK, yep. This is the jump in button. JS, good air to air. JH, good air to air. Right? Yeah. So her JD is pretty important, right? The JD is definitely a big thing. Yeah. I mean, this is unfortunately it's also Temkin is tall enough. This hits us standing up. This probably whiffs on a lot of characters if they're standing. If she does this right away, this will hit us. This is a projectile, right? We can flick this. I guess is the first. I mean, no, flick will probably make it go under us or over us, rather. No, we can't flick it. Okay, we can't flick it. That's good. So I mean, that's definitely. Oh yeah, it's a big ass hitbox on this thing actually. Like it collides with flick very easily, more so than I would have thought. Well, she's like higher up still. There's no way from like there, right? Yeah. Okay. Sure. But yeah, we can. If she does it at a range where she can harass us like that, we can definitely. If it's gonna hit us in the head, we can probably flick it too, right? Oh, yeah, so right there, what I thought happened would happen, yeah. It's like the perfect spacing, so like if we're standing, it hits us, but if we try to flick it, right, it goes directly, like weirdly over us, but sure. There's some like weird spacings you can do it at, but we can flick it, which is very important, obviously. Ground throw, air throw, pretty standard stuff. He's got blue wall assaults, that makes sense. Alright, yes, I use this to catch fish. This freezes people? Yes. Unless it had already been previously applied in a combo. Okay, so you can, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. That you can only apply freeze once per combo, otherwise, I mean, she would have infinites, right? Like, if not for wall breaks, she would have infinites, so I guess that makes sense. You can only do it once per combo. S and H pillar, the only difference is range, right? Yeah. Okay. And then you can also create the roller skating derby, right, with this. You can go bonk, like that. You have to do the H follow-up after H and the S follow-up after S. Oh, wait, yes? No, you can do either. Okay, you can do either or. Yep. So this thing, notably also, this thing is minus 12 on block, yeah. So a lot of times, I have fought a lot of Dizzies who just do this sometimes on block, trying to frame trap you. Minus 12 is the sweet spot for far slash, right? Pot's far slash is not as big as this 5H, but it is it's 12 frames. So if we do ever like block something like this, we do get a... Is it counter hit recovery? No. Oh, it is. Oh, it is, yeah. How do you know? Probably a similar idea at that point then, like on counter hit this, we probably also get Hammerfall. Yeah, we get our meeting Garuda, start the party from there. So, if we ever do block that, we can far slash a lot of the time. If she's really far away, it doesn't really matter anyway. Also, so Dizzy, in my experience, Dizzy has a lot of trouble with some of Pot's options, because like, if she is far away, I think if I remember correctly, notably this is one hit, right? You can definitely guess what that means. If she does something like this, right? Very tough for Dizzy to set up a lot of her like normal zoning stuff. Like she has a very good like far slash. She's very good at dealing with Pot's armor. Same thing with far H. Like from further out here, a lot of her stuff is very unsafe to getting armored through. Hammerfall also feels very nasty in this matchup. Okay, so what exactly does this do? I don't fully like. I know it does funny things, but ground friction is greatly reduced, causing characters to slide forwards or backwards, depending on momentum. Yep. Ice Field will heavily reduce the acceleration for any grounded movements. Yeah, Hammerfall looks very funny on this, right? If you don't have like a lot of momentum already and you Hammerfall on this, it looks very, very funny. Right, so if I record her doing this, and I try to Hammerfall on this, Pot literally goes nowhere. It's very cute. What? Right. Alright. So it can increase, yeah, so you can slide cancel into it. This is one thing that, like, a lot of characters can kind of use this against her. Pot can't really, right? Because like characters can also dash and do stuff, but yeah. Yeah, if you are knocked down while in the ice field, it explodes below the player and will be removed from the stage. So this is different than the frozen effect, right? Like you can apply, I assume you can apply, let's just try here. You can apply freeze and this effect in the same combo. Let me see. Oh. 2, 3, 6, S, 6S. What knocks down on this? 2K, I guess, or 2D. Hold on. Mass. Yeah, that little effect right there is separate. You saw like Pot like kind of fell twice. That little effect is separate from the freeze. Good thing. I actually didn't know if that counted. If like freezing someone used up your counter there, right? Sure. Okay. Possible to input ice field by holding the input of. I use it to catch fish. Oh, really? That's cool. I guess that makes sense because because it ends in 6S or 6H. So that tracks. For roasting chestnuts, this is the pseudo infinite, right? A quirky projectile used for corner pressure and zoning. So true. Yeah. Notably, I believe. I mean, they're all projectiles, but like, I believe you're supposed to, guys, you stand block the first part and then there's a gap, right? You stand block the first part, then there's a gap, so you can't just go over and over into it, right? This is a 2-hitter, so this definitely, it can be a problem, right? It can be a problem as far as, what's the, for the knife projectile? What value listed for the knife projectile? What is this? What are they talking about with this? I mean, like, oh, okay, so like, this thing. So like, the 13 frame startup is this, and the knife projectile is 40, right? Yeah, so I mean, no, like this, you definitely can do some funny stuff with this in the corner, which just like does it over and over basically. I believe the answer is you stand block the first part, and then once you block that, there'll be a gap between that and the second one, which does it again, right? Obviously, there's like some high-low RPS there you can do because you have to stand block this, and I can infinite it, but you know. There's not too much else about this, I think, though, right? It's a projectile, so like FDing it doesn't really help either, right? But yeah, I mean, when if you get hit by it, I guess it's not really that big of a deal, but it will give her like. It just goes right back into itself, right? We talked a lot together. Yeah, I find it weird people call these the fish, because like that implies, because like this is I use this to catch fish, right? So that implies that you use this to catch like ice shaped fish. I don't know, man. Sure. Yeah. So this is you can hit these, right? Yeah, you can hit these, and I believe Pot can flick these as well. You can hit Dizzy behind these too, can't you? I mean, usually she's gonna use this in like Oki setups, but this like, oh, it's 2 and 4K. Well, we don't record it. All right, so we can flick these, right? Or can we? I mean, they're still slow, but we can. Oh, we can even flick the little bites. Interesting. Okay. So even when they like, because when they kind of see you, they go back. Like, we can still flick that. That's good to know, certainly. You can also like smack both Dizzy and the fish with a single hit, right? But again, normally Dizzy, she'll do something like this or something like that. Just set them off Oki, right? In this case, these hit us meaty, right? Like, we can't do anything about this. Because Flick starts on... Oh, that's not one. Flick starts up on frame 4. I don't think there's any way that... Yeah. Right, it's not going to work out. So, I mean, that is just, like, that's just nice Oki she can do with Mr. Jaws right there. But if they're used in neutral or as a zoning pool, then we have a lot of options against them, right? Yeah, most notably Flick is always, I mean, this is the king of anti-projectile moves, at least for pot. Sure. I guess if she does this in a block string, if she tries to like talk about pressure staggering and resetting, like if this tries to go like close slash into this, you should just definitely react to that and kill her, right? But yeah. And then Michael Sword, Mikhail Sword. A large, high damage attack. This is mostly a combo ender, as far as I'm aware, right? Again, this is very dangerous in general to use against Potemkin, just because, notably, this thing is one hit. So, you know, if we randomly catch her out, like just, you know, if we just happen to be RPSing with some hammer fault, right? We can just go straight to hell. I think the heavy one is 2? Is the heavy one 2 hits? No, heavy one's also 1, right? So like this is also, again, it's not really, this move as far as pot is concerned is mostly a combo move, right? Because this is very, very, very risky for Dizzy to throw out in neutral against pot. There's just too many different ways for her to get blown up for this, and like again, she goes right into her win condition, perishes from there. So it's very, like, this is more so, I think, as far as pot is concerned, this is more so a combo tool than anything, right? Combo ender, right? You can extend off it with the frozen state and stuff like that. It's all good. And then Wings of Light is, I mean, you hit her, you block her, you wire. I know there's some setups off like a combo that lasts long enough that the combo starts, you get a counter hit on a DP, you Wings of Light, you go like the whole fucking screen, and then the Wings of Light goes off like mid combo, you get like a TOD or something in some cases. That's really cool. I mean, in that case, there's no counterplay to it, right? Just don't get your DP punished or your overdrive punished or whatever, so fine. Otherwise, this move's a joke, right? Like, if this move pops in neutral, it's like almost always a joke. Throw teching her, making her block anything, hitting her, wire seeing her, doing anything like that within 10 seconds makes this go away, so like, I don't care. I don't respect this move. Imperial Ray. This does like no damage, by the way, right? The super? Solid damage? Are we sure? I feel like, why does it feel like the super does like so little damage so often? But sure, yeah. And then, yeah, is this 100 tension super? I forget. Yeah, 100 tension, yeah. This is a cannon, right? This does 1 times 41 is really nice for guts, right? This can't be scaling. This will always do that 41, and then it'll scale this far, right? But yeah, this is a cannon, right? Wait, what? The final head has no minimum scaling? Wait, really? Oh. What? Overdrives usually have 20% minimum scaling, right? So I was gonna say, like, at worst, 20% of this is 10% is 48, right? Because 10% of 240 is 224, 20% is that times 2, so it'll be 48. So I was like, at worst, this is gonna do 90 damage, like max scaling, which is very good, because this is always gonna do 41. You can't scale below 1 damage. But yeah, this has no minimum scaling, and this is 41 hits. So it's gonna scale the shit out of the combo. No. Am I wrong? That seems bad. Okay, cool. Deactivates Wings of Light. Does he have them active before using the super? Ah, I mean, okay, that's probably good. It's a long animation, if I remember correctly, right? That is probably a good thing, but like, you know, no, it's have to go back. Oh, again, I think I am just wrong. Wait, what? Is it not? There you go. Oh wow. Yeah, it was just bad. Man, I do like that it's a father-son Kamehameha. That's pretty cool. Father, son, and mother also. Yeah, so I mean, it does a shit ton of damage, but again, it seems like, I guess, really bad to end combos with, strangely. It's like, do you actually want to end up... Huh. So, like, what is... Riding into it after the bounce from Ice 4 causes a large number of hits to try a massive amount of burst intention. I mean, it's 42 hits. Is this super just bad? I don't get it. Would you rather end with this, like, almost all the time? It's 110, like, it's 100 tension super, man. It's like 100 tension super is worse than Calvados, no? Am I losing my mind? Like, if I just, you know, if I, like, just pull this up here. Oh, no. I meant to go back and open a new tab there with ramp. Mrs. Lethal. Mrs. Lethal. Right. 4 times 29. Does it have minimum scaling? Like a special minimum scaling on it or something, or no? I mean, 4 times 29 is really good again, because you can't... I mean, this can scale in theory down to 1 times 29, but it has to be doing 25% damage. Which I guess it will. It will. But, like, I mean, this... Does it mention anything here? Again, still, I think minimum damage of 65 on hit, and 74 on chip and block. Yeah, 65 on hit. 65 on hits? Interesting. So, just a quick, 20% I think is the normal floor for that, but you can't go below 1, so that will be a minimum damage of 29 on the first bit of the laser, and 20% of 70 is 14. So why is it a minimum of 65 damage? Maybe I'm wrong, and the floor for supers is higher than I give it credit for, right? I might be wrong. Anyway, I mean, like, I feel like most 100 tension supers are pretty sick, right? Why is this one just... I mean, it looks cool. Why does it feel so... from the description here, and from... it just kind of feels ass? How strange. Anyway. Yeah, so... the big thing with Dizzy really is, I feel like armor is a really big deal for Pot in this matchup, right? Up close, we have to look out for, like, her sort of, like, in this mid-range, her pokes are actually very good against our armor, right? Her 5H and her Far Slash are very good, and the 5H obviously very rewarding as well, because it puts us in the frozen states. But, like, in general, like, a lot of her stuff, like this, right? Both Mikhail swords, her, like, trying to set up the fish can be slide-headed as well, right? Like, a lot of her stuff is very vulnerable to us just, like, hammer falling at her randomly in neutral, or slide-hitting at her randomly in neutral. Of course, if he has meter, she can RC and stuff, like, so can we. So, that seems like a big part of it. This, to me, actually feels very much like we can try to run Dizzy down a little bit, right? In general, I do like defensive Pot, and I think we can still play that here. I think it's fine. I think in a lot of ways we're kind of advantaged in the neutral, just because again her like best pokes, like the 214S and stuff, are actually like not a good idea by and large to use in this matchup. And like this is kind of the only thing she has. It's gonna stand up to Pot doing like stuff like this or stuff like that, right? So. Because like her biggest pokes are very risky to use in this matchup, like we probably can play kind of either way. We can try to run her down and like just spam a bunch of armor moves up for the best, or I think actually we wouldn't be too led astray just like trying to go for the same sort of like pokey Potemkin who sits there and either waits to get a hit into a knockdown to start his offense, or waits to get 50 meter to like neutral skid with hammerfall even if you block it, like hammerfall, red RC, B+ unblock in your face sort of thing, right? Yeah. Again, I mean, this is probably review for pretty much everyone, including myself, right? Again, I think Dizzy she's new. There's a lot of people playing her and stuff like that, so it's fairly understandable. I mean, I'll say the things that I learned that I didn't fully know. I mean, one, I wasn't sure if this little ice field effect where you fall and kind of land on the ice, if that was separate from the freeze counter. I also didn't know exactly what moves cause freeze. I knew that this one did. I didn't know that the only other one that did was her 5H, so that's also good to know, right? Nothing else will freeze you. Her super is ass. We learned this together as well. And wings, yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. The rest of it is pretty much review, right? Everyone knows about how the fish work and stuff like that, so. Cool. That is gonna do it, I think. That is the whole, that's the whole goddamn roster, man. It's the whole goddamn roster. What a time to be alive. We can finally go back to actually playing this video game instead of just talking about this video game theoretically. Playing the game's pretty fun. I will say, this feels like it was very, very beneficial. Of course, it's a lot of information that I've been absorbing over this past month. A lot of the shit I'm gonna forget. But again, it's the kind of thing where like you see it once, you know now. It's gonna be a lot easier to sort of like start building on top of that knowledge to make it just. Eventually, it has to become habitual. You just have to know, right? Like the same way that I understand Pot's kit on like an instinctual level, a lot of like what the moves do and like where they might be useful and stuff. It's gonna have to become that way for the rest of these characters too. But it's much easier to build that out that way if we at least just go over and we have seen everything at least once and we've tried to think about it instead of just like seeing it in match, where sometimes it's like what's going on? I'm scared. What was that? What was that? What was that? We don't even know like what's a special, what's a normal sometimes, right? This game can be very overwhelming. So this was very useful, I think. Not necessary by any means. I don't think we needed to do this to like try and learn and improve at the game. But I saw the opportunity to do this. I wanted to do it over the course of December, and there's like almost exactly 30 characters in this game. There's 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think there's one less down here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah. So it's 29 characters, gives us a perfect chance to spend a month doing this. And I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. Probably gonna be playing back to just playing some ranks, trying to get Pot the Celestial at some point here. And from there we'll see. We'll see if what we'll do, if we'll play someone else, if we'll play a different game. But I have been enjoying a lot of Guilty Gear so far, certainly. But yeah, VOD watchers, hello, hi. If you like the video, you know how it is. Any kind of like, subscribes, comments, bells, all that good stuff helps out a lot. I also stream every day from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, except for Friday, so come by and hang out if such a thing interests you. A link in the description down there. I also have a Discord, another link down there. A great place to make some friends, but be nice if you do join, or I'll shoot you in the head in Minecraft. most important, hope you had a great time hanging out today. As always, hope you had a great time going through the kind of the roster here, trying to figure out what everyone does. I know I sure did, and I found a lot of it very, very helpful. Having a lot of fun with Guilty Gear. Going to be a lot more coming your way. And until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.